Hi everyone, Garrett DeMartinez here with UVI. I'm really excited to check out Meteor with you today. Meteor has been designed to create powerful sound effects for film, soundtracks, and even music. If you haven't seen the trailer yet, go check it out. The entire soundtrack was created exclusively with Meteor. Meteor is a 7-track sample player divided into 2 sections, with 3 layers dedicated to Rise sounds and 4 layers dedicated to Impact sounds. There's hundreds of presets included, but let's just listen to a few to get a feel for them. This one sounds like a good place to start. Let's check out the Rise by itself. And the Impact. Okay, here they are together. So we can shorten the Rise length for a quicker build-up. You can set it in seconds or by beats if you wanted to tempo sync it. To really fatten it, there's the thrust parameter. To check out the individual samples, we have a small mixer in the bottom left corner. Or we can go to the settings page for the full view. Let's solo these. It's very simple to swap samples. Just click the layer name and it pulls up all of the categories. Each layer has its own independent controls. We can boost the transient by turning the first shape dial to the right. Turning it to the left would smooth the attack. We can adjust the tail length. Apply a standard low-pass, high-pass filter, or a tilt filter, which simply boosts the lows or highs. One of the cool things about pitching samples in Meteor is you can actually pitch them over time. And if you combine that with Urkim Granular, you can come up with sounds that are out of this world. Back on the effects page, we have the essentials. I'm going to tweak the EQ a bit and add some stereo effect to this hit. You know, it doesn't take much playing around with this to bring these sounds alive. Alright, starting with the same factory preset, I'm just going to work on the Rise now. Let's make it nice and long, 5 seconds. We can turn hold off here so that we don't have to hear the whole 5 seconds while we're editing. Now, if you want to adjust the parameter on all of Rise or Impact layers simultaneously, you can lock them together with the link button here with the chain. Let's check out our Rise samples here. To modulate the volume, there's a few options. Either no modulation, modulated by the curve on the left, or you can control it with your MIDI mod wheel. I like the curve here. I want to swap out this second sample, then adjust the curve a bit. Perfect. We can apply some distortion to this brass sample too, and modulate that with the curve as well. Let's check out this Rise. Not bad. Turning to the mod page, there's more modulations available. I'll set LFO shift time to 5 seconds, the same length as our Rise, so that it will gradually increase and reach its maximum value just as our Rise is coming to an end. The frequency shift does the same. The LFO will reach maximum frequency at 5 seconds. That's a great stuttering effect. Now, the motion filter has plenty of presets, but you can draw in custom shapes as well to automate the opening and closing of the filter. Alright, Motion Pan is another stereo effect. You can pick a preset or draw in your custom shapes like Motion Filter. Okay, good. So, to bring it all together, I want to make a brass hit from scratch now. I'm going to grab a percussion sample to start. Adjust the transient. Give it a tilt filter. Shorten the tail. Next, a solid kick drum sound. Again, apply a tilt filter to boost the low end. Shorten the tail and shape the transient. I think it'll sound more multi-dimensional if I offset this layer a tiny bit behind the first, so that they don't play at exactly the same time on top of each other. Now, a good sub sound to make the ground quake. And it wouldn't be a brass hit without any brass. Let's offset that, smooth the attack, apply some distortion, tweak the reverb and delay slightly. I'm getting close. I can feel this hit starting to come alive. There we go. Applying thrust can really be the magic touch to massive hits. Meteor can do melodic and musical lines too. For the rise, I want to leave something to chance. I'm just going to set the rise length to 1/3 of a second or so and randomize the samples. Adjust the modulation curve for these 3 layers to give the rise a more exponential crescendo. Great. You can offset the impact slightly to overlap with the rise. And adjust the crossfade options with the button just next to it. It's so easy to use. We could just keep randomizing these samples, getting inspired to create new hits. So there you have it. Meteor by UVI. Design massive and powerful sound effects with stunning ease. Now it's up to you to explore and create your own sounds.